Hey, this is Chad with Munday Scientific and Microscope Marketplace. Today, we're going to talk about an Olympus BX51, and this one's equipped with phase contrast. So this customer had a couple of specifications that they wanted, so we hooked them up and customized it a little bit, and this is exactly what they asked for, and we're going to go over it. So Michael's going to come in. As usual, we have a trinocular port on this. This trinocular port has 3 positions. Mike, show this right here. It has a all the way in position, which is all the light to the eyepieces. This splits the light. It's the middle stop between the eyepieces and the camera adapter. And this puts all 100% light to the camera adapter. Let's push that in. Most people leave it 50-50 like this. We have 2 10x eyepieces. The left side has a diopter tube that you can focus. Mike, show this right here. So usually you start with the 0 on that white dot right there, and that's 20/20 vision, and then you would adjust from there out. So we're gonna just kind of go down this one a little quick. We have a lot of videos on how to disassemble this microscope, so you can check those videos out. But what we really want to do is talk about phase contrast. So we're gonna lower the stage. Always lower the stage before you take the objectives off. There's a 3mm Allen wrench in the top. If your microscope's missing this 3mm Allen wrench, you can use any standard 3mm wrench. So right here, you would put the driver quarter of a turn, maybe half turn back, and then you can slide this objective turret out on a dovetail. This customer, they wanted bright field optic on the 4X and the 100X. They said they weren't going to use 100X that much, and especially not for phase, so they decided to go with the less expensive 100X. If you notice, these are black lettering, these are green. The green ones are for phase contrast. So each one of these, I'll turn it so you'll have an easier way to see it. Each one of these objectives have a pH stop right here, or a pH lettering. The pH 1 means that it corresponds to the phase ring 1. pH 1, phase ring 1. pH 2, phase ring 2. So what that means is that, let's set that aside, that this condenser, which is your phase contrast condenser, the 0 is bright field. And what it really means is when we're talking about the objectives, we're talking about that pH 1. If you rotate this, you'll see that it says pH 1. To achieve phase contrast, this pH 1 has to be in the lock position, and the phase rings have to be aligned. We pre-align them before we send them. To align them, you would use a phase telescope and these two stops right here. But you know, these are like pre-built wrenches that you push in and engage and then rotate the phase ring. We go ahead and take care of all the alignment before we ship it. If you were having trouble with it, you can. We have some other videos and documentation on how to align the phase rings. But if this pH 1 is in the lock position, and you have an objective like the 10X or the 20X with the 10X or the 20X with a pH 1 in there in the field of view, you're going to achieve phase contrast. You would do the pH 2 for the 40X. If you had the 100X with phase, you would use a pH 3. You have a dark field stop, and you have a bright field stop. So I'm gonna put this back in there. And the reason I want to show you that is these phase contrast objectives, they work great in bright field. So if you didn't have any phase ring in and had these phase objectives and you were using them to view the sample, you wouldn't really be able to tell a difference between a bright field optic and a phase optic. Where you really can see the difference is when you put the phase ring in the condenser, and I'm gonna screw this objective off to show you. If you can see, Mike, can you see that? Yeah, see, there's like a black ring. Yeah. So what you're wanting to do is overlay this ring with the phase ring in the condenser. So when you do that, you're gonna achieve phase contrast if everything's in alignment. What you don't want is to have a bright field optic in the field. Let's just say the 4X, it's a bright field optic. If you have the 4X in and you're viewing, and you have one of the phase stops in, your image is going to be terrible. You're going to have a lot of dark spots, a lot of shading. It's going to look kind of wonky, and you're not going to like it. So we really wanted to just kind of explain the differences. We'll go through a couple basic things on this microscope that the customer wanted customized. Notice the light's green. They specifically asked for a green filter, so we put it here in the open position, and we labeled it green for them. You have a daylight blue filter in this stop. Mike, show this right here. You have a daylight blue filter here and a green filter here. These are neutral density filters, which decrease the intensity of the light. You have a rheostat here. We have a 12-volt 100-watt lamp socket on this scope, so you can see how bright it gets. That brightness is very important with phase contrast. And the last thing we always want to show you with a BX51 is how to change the bulb. So turn the microscope off and unplug it. Take your Allen wrench, and it goes in this hole right here. You're going to loosen it out. Mike, show right here. Once you loosen that, you're going to pull that clip out, remove your lamp house. In the top of the lamp house, there's a 3mm screw, and that's how you get to the bulb. So your bulb's right there. You would press down these two brass levers, and you pull your bulb out and put your new 12-volt 100-watt bulb in. We have several more videos that kind of go in more depth. This thing's a little tricky to get on sometimes. You got to make sure you line it up. And once you change your bulb, screw it back together. Put it on right there. Lock it in. And you're good to go. So that's it. If you have any questions about this microscope or any other microscope we offer at Microscope Marketplace or Munday Scientific, you can give us a call at 919-775-5596. If this video brought you value, please like and subscribe.